What's good, everybody? Welcome to Reconstruction, where we reconstruct each other from the deconstructions of life. Yeah, man. And today I'm continuing with what I said I'm gonna do. In the previous videos, I'm going to talk about some of my favorite stories in the Bible. And the other favorite story that I'm going to talk about today, which is my favorite story, which is my personal favorite story. All of us have our personal favorite stories. Might be from another book that taught you some sort of a lesson, but then me, I just select them in the Bible. So yes, today I'm going to talk about when the Israelites refuses to enter Canaan, which is the city that God promised them that flows with milk and honey. And it is found in Numbers chapter 14. So let's check it out. Okay, so to give you a context on this one, this is after all that drama that happened, after Moses saves the children of Israel from slavery in Egypt and then parts the Red Sea and then they cross and all of that, right? And then God promises them to go to the city that flows in the milk and with milk and honey and all of that. So like to give you now this context of this story, this is when Moses sends the 12 spies to go and spy on the land of Canaan, which is the land that God promised them, right? To go and spy and see how is it and stuff like that, you know what? So yeah, so the 12 spies, including the next leader of the Israelites, which is Joshua, and the other one who got saved, which is Caleb. So including Joshua and Caleb, right? So what they do, they go on and spy the land, and when they go there, they come across the descendants of Anak. Anak is one of the characters, one of the people who, what can I say, who possess the nation of Anak, right? So like he's Anak, and then his descendants, they are giants. His descendants, they are giants, right? So then they go back to Moses after spying the land and stuff like that. They saw that okay, it's good, and then they go back to Moses and they were like, hey man, yeah, the land is great, man. It's great. It flows with milk and honey, has everything, has food, has, soft life. Yeah, soft life. But in the wilderness we came across giants, and this is where we came across giants. Like, we are grasshoppers to these people. We see ourselves as grasshoppers to these people. Like, wow, how can you downgrade God like that? So then this is where the story starts, Numbers chapter 14, where, they raise their voices and be like, okay, why didn't you just let us die? Why didn't you just let us die in Egypt? Why did you really, imagine, Moses saved them from slavery, and then they want to go back there just because in the wilderness there are giants. So they're like, okay, why didn't you just let us, die in Egypt? And this was their problem, even in the past, before the story. They used to complain, they always complain that, you should have left us in Egypt. When they went through hunger, they would be like, okay, in Egypt we had food, food like 3-course meal, guys, breakfast, lunch, supper. We had food, but then God fed them, obviously, right? Hence why they're still alive all these years. But then they complain again, and then Joshua and Caleb, they become positive. They're like, no, guys, if the Lord promised this land for us, then we're gonna go in, because, guys, it's God speaking here. These giants are just bread to us. I mean, he calls them bread. Since these guys are nothing, man. Come on. So then these people are like, okay, guys, let's just select the leader to take us back to Egypt, because wow, this thing, we're not. So they're like, why do you let us go and die in the wilderness and then let our children be victims of these giants and stuff like that? Okay, so then God gets angry, right? Then God gets angry that okay, I'm gonna kill them. So I'm gonna kill them. So as Moses the leader, he prays to God and was like, God, in the first place, you saved them from Egypt, and then you want to kill them. What will the Egyptians and these other nations say when you save people that you're going to kill? Okay, so then God makes God says, okay, that's okay, cool, okay, cool. I have an idea. So God kills everyone who is over 19 years old, and he keeps, or was it 20? I don't know. Oh yeah, he kills 20 years old and over. He kills everyone and keeps these children that these people called victims. He didn't like instantly kill them, but then they had their journey from where they were to Canaan was supposed to be like a 12-day, 13-year journey, but it became a 40-year journey. It became a 40-year journey. So in all that 40 years, all these people who were 20 years and over died in the wilderness, in the desert. And then God took these children that they called failed victims and took them to and said, you know what, I'm going to go with them in the land. The only people who didn't die are Moses, Joshua, and Caleb, because they believed. But then these people just insisted to go back to Egypt. Like, why would you go back there? And that's the other favorite story of mine. Like, this kind of teaches us to know what, like, not to be afraid and be of good courage, because if God speaks, what can defeat us, guys? Like, what can, if God says, okay, we're gonna go there, but when we go there, we're going to meet giants, he'll never say, hey, he will never say, okay, there are giants there, so let's not go there, or else. I mean, guys, he's God. Like, if he says we're going there, we are going there, no matter what we come across, no matter the circumstances, the big things that we come across. If he speaks, it will happen. And listen, guys, whether you're big or you're the youth or whatever, God can even use the youth. God can even use the youth. Hence why he took the youth too. Because these old people think they are clever, right? They think they're clever. They think they're the big people, right? They're bigger than God, right? So like, God's like, okay, I'm ending them. I'm taking these victims, these people they are calling victims, and then we are going to live a soft life, guys. I'm gonna live a soft life with them. So this thing also affected Moses, and Moses didn't go in the land because he's part of those people. But then Moses didn't get killed, but he didn't go in the land, because when one potato rots, all of them rot. Yep, and that's it, guys. These things, like, they teach us a lesson. These stories of the Bible, they teach us a lesson. So today, I'm telling you to be of good courage. When God speaks, listen. Don't come with excuses. Don't come with your fears. Don't come with... Yes, fear is a very natural thing, but when God speaks, fear shouldn't be something we should worry about. What we should be concentrated on is what God said. So yeah, thank you for watching, guys, and don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to comment if you want to comment. And yeah,